It's not what we profess but what we practice that gives us integrity. Begin doing what you want to do now. We are not living in eternity. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake. Silence is the sleep that nourishes wisdom. Knowledge itself is power. The human understanding is like a false mirror, which, receiving rays irregularly, distorts and discolors the nature of things by mingling its own nature with it. Who questions much, shall learn much, and retain much. Money is a great servant but a bad master. It's not what we eat but what we digest that makes us strong, not what we gain but what we save that makes us rich, not what we read but what we remember that makes us learned. All colors will agree in the dark. Man prefers to believe what he prefers to be true. Truth is the daughter of time, not of authority. They who derive their worth from their ancestors resemble potatoes, the most valuable part of which is underground. He that gives good advice, builds with one hand, he that gives good counsel and example, builds with both, but he that gives good admonition and bad example, builds with one hand and pulls down with the other. There is a difference between happiness and wisdom. He that thinks himself the happiest man is really so, but he that thinks himself the wisest is generally the greatest fool. For a crowd is not company, and faces are but a gallery of pictures, and talk but a tinkling cymbal, where there is no love. There is no comparison between that which is lost by not succeeding and that which is lost by not trying. Truth can never be reached by just listening to the voice of an authority. Read not to contradict and confute, nor to believe and take for granted, but to weigh and consider. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts, but if he will content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. Imagination was given to man to compensate him for what he is not, a sense of humor to console him for what he is. Prosperity discovers vice, adversity discovers virtue. Life is a marshmallow, easy to chew but hard to swallow. Wonder is the seed of knowledge. Let the mind be enlarged to the grandeur of the mysteries, and not the mysteries contracted to the narrowness of the mind. If we do not maintain justice, justice will not maintain us. In taking revenge, a man is but even with his enemy, but in passing it over, he is superior. We rise to great heights by a winding staircase of small steps. If we are to achieve things never before accomplished, we must employ methods never before attempted. You cannot teach a child to take care of himself unless you will let him try to take care of himself. He will make mistakes, and out of these mistakes will come his wisdom. Write down the thoughts of the moment. Those that come unsought for are commonly the most valuable. Nothing opens the heart like a true friend, to whom you may impart griefs, joys, fears, hopes, and whatever lies upon the heart. Prosperity is not without many fears and distastes, adversity not without many comforts and hopes. Hope is a good breakfast, but it is a bad supper. By far the best proof is experience. The worst men often give the best advice. The root of all superstition is that men observe when a thing hits, but not when it misses. In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. A bad man is worse when he pretends to be a saint. The job of the artist is always to deepen the mystery. Everybody has his own interpretation of a painting he sees. A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. People usually think according to their inclinations, speak according to their learning and ingrained opinions, but generally act according to custom. We cannot command nature except by obeying her. Reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. I will never be an old man. To me, old age is always 15 years older than I am. Age appears to be best in 4 things: old wood best to burn, old wine to drink, old friends to trust, and old authors to read.